Hey friends, this is Matt with BoLS, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. I don't have any sort of game to review, so I thought it would be fun to just talk about game mechanics. Longtime readers over at the BoLS main site will know that I've done a number of deep dives into game mechanics and mathematical game theory. As something of a math geek and clearly a board game hobbyist, it's an easy crossover interest that I explore anytime I'm given the option. There are plenty of topics we could cover, but since I figured this is our first time doing this on video, we would start with something a little lighter. But if you're looking to read about some of the deeper topics of game mechanics, I recommend checking out any of the articles I wrote on bellooflostsouls.net under the Popular Mechanics title. But moving on to our topic for today, game boards. Most board games have some kind of board, although the idea has gotten a lot more nebulous in the last 20 years or so. Prior to, say, 1995, basically every board game was played on a single, unchanging board. Things like Monopoly, or Clue, or the Sonic the Hedgehog board game. They didn't really have any way to modify the board. Sure, there were things like Magic Realm, or even Hero Quest to a degree, but they were certainly not the majority. But then Settlers of Catan came along and brought board games into the mainstream, and with it, plenty of gameplay innovations. Not the least of which is a modular game board. A modular game board is one where the game board, rather than being a large board, is made up of smaller pieces that all sort of puzzle together to form the board itself. This is an advantage in a lot of games because it increases replayability for games with a limited moveset. Take example, Settlers of Catan. Suppose every board was set up the exact same way, which is actually what the rulebook describes as for beginners. In this situation, there's basically always going to be that same route to victory that you took last time. Sure, die rolls and player interactions will mix things up, but you never have any reason to go into the game expecting to try out a new strategy. If the tiles and chits are shuffled around each game, you can't expect to set up with the same conditions as you did last time, and therefore can't expect to follow the same strategy as you did before. This prevents stagnation in the game and simultaneously encourages players to try out new and different setup with a new and different tactics. Alright, so we've covered what a modular board is, why it's beneficial, so what are some games that use that idea well? Well, one of my personal favorite games uses this mechanic, Mage Knight. In Mage Knight and games like it, players are incrementally exploring the world, discovering new regions as they reach the edges of the map. When this happens, a random map tile is drawn and placed down, expanding the world. Without modular maps, this style of gameplay simply wouldn't work. Games like Seventh Continent, Tainted Grail, or even Forbidden Desert wouldn't at all be the same if they were played on the same static game board. But exploration isn't the only reason to have a modular game board. Like we discussed before, Settlers of Catan hugely benefit from having a modular board, because when players' ability to gain power is tied to the board, whatever strategy they used previously will have to change as the board they are playing on changes as well. This also holds true for games like Spirit Island, where the modular effect of the board isn't used for exploration, since it's fully revealed during setup. And I don't think it would be too far a stretch to say this holds true for games like One Deck Dungeon or Clank or even Munchkin to a degree. It's not really the board that's modular, but more along what you encounter on the way is what changes, which I would say functionally is the same in a lot of ways. But admittedly, it's still a bit of a stretch. So, in summary, modular boards are great and every game should use them. Well, no, of course not. Modular boards are great for improving replayability or introducing a semi-realistic exploration and discovery mechanic. But I don't think anyone out there is expecting to see chess with a modular board anytime soon. I think we're all still trying to wrap our heads around fifth-dimensional chess with multiverse time travel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please let us know down in the comments, or tell me about your favorite modular board game. And subscribe if you hadn't already for more tabletop gaming news. Again, this is Matt with BoLS. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.